Remember this odd thing sucking me in and any items around or mobs. I've done a little bit of research and I think we have a gravitic or gravitational anomaly down here from matter overdrive. That's the good news. The bad news is it could get bigger and bigger and bigger and I guess destroy everything. Possibly including my base eventually. The good news is we could put a fusion reactor around it. Might be hard work, might be worth doing, but anyhow. So, quick update on the hole. The hole has got quite big. I'm really pleased with this. I know it's ridiculous, and it's not really giving me much ore, but it is just marvellously wonderful and silly. Get rid of this cobble. So it is pulling in some ore now, not a massive amount. We've even got dilithium crystal and some emerald. Probably wasn't worth it, but it's been fun. So I replaced the progressive automation chopper, which seemed to have been getting corrupt. Did a quick little bit of testing, couldn't see what was causing it. So it's back to how it was, connected up to the extra utilities and mechanism pipes, spitting out wood. Put a quick buffer chest in here so that when this fills up, which it will soon, can back up. And I upgraded the crafter to tier 2, so we're now up to quad compressed cobble in here, which I think is pretty impressive. Boiler's running well. And now the question is, what next? And also, what to do with this hole when I'm down to bedrock. I think my best idea so far is to turn this into a Galacticraft launch tube. I have my rocket launch pad down the bottom, fly up through this tube. Well, something like that. We're down to, woohoo, what is it, Y is down to about 20 something, about 20. Oh, seem to have water breathing. Is that the exosuit? No, I don't have water breathing. It's just masking it. Yeah, so something like that. Now, if I'm going to go for Galacticraft or anything exciting, the problem I've got is that I'm not really mining very effectively or often enough. So I'm not bringing a lot of ore up. And my ore system here is doubling at best. So I have decided to explore Mekanism's ore processing chain. What I like about it is it can go up to 5 times, which sounds a bit cheaty, but there we go. But to do 4 or 5 times requires ridiculous amounts of copper, building these very impressive tall salination towers. Since we're in a desert, hot desert, they should work fairly well. So I think what we're going to do is build our way up to tier, well, we'll go to tier 2 or 3, which will give us ore tripling reliably out of Mekanism. To do that, we are going to need to make a crusher. We're also going to need an enrichment chamber, like so, and a purification chamber, like so, which has actually got another enrichment chamber in the middle. So we need 2 enrichment chambers, a crusher, we could probably stick to a steam smelter, and we're going to also need some gas stuff. I'm just going to quickly knock up an enrichment chamber.
So we're back.
quite a bit of crafting later. We now have ourselves a, let's do it in order, electrolytic separator to create oxygen, purification chamber that uses oxygen and creates dusts, something, crusher, enrichment chamber, and a furnace. Not sure what I'm going to do this end, but let's have a look at what you've got. I've also made myself a bit more space, because ordinarily my approach to building is to cram everything into the smallest space possible, and then it becomes a bit of a pain. So the way I believe this works is we have an electrolytic, need a little space behind it, let's put it here, separator. Now this outputs hydrogen this side and oxygen this side. I want to put the oxygen into a purification chamber, the output of the purification chamber into a crusher. For some reason I'm tempted to go up here. Nope. Put that crusher into a crusher, into an enrichment chamber, and then I can either have a steam furnace or pardon me, a mechanism furnace here. Anyway, input, output. So we want to input from the side, output to the top. Is that just? Not sure which is which here. I might have to play with this. So this one should input from the bottom and output to the right, and this one should input from the left, output to the bottom. Do that one right. Input, output. Not quite sure if that's the right way to get the gas in, but anyhow. We need some power, which we're going to run now somewhere over here. Nope. Here. Power. Right, let's tidy this up quickly. Power's coming up there. Could just come out the back and straight up. Yep. Okay, so we'll just run power in around here, I think. Back in a sec when I've just tidied up the power. So I run some power up the back here and down to from downstairs. So these should all now be powered. I'm going to put a steam drill in here. Steam drill? Talking rubbish, aren't I? I'm going to put some water here and a pump here. The trouble is I did play with this and I seem to have filled it up. Might do, isn't it? Whoa. Maybe we won't put the pump on and just try and clear out what's in the buffalo. This all needs tidying up big time. In fact, shouldn't this work now? Got oxygen in here. We've got a crusher. Won't be using that. Let's find some iron ore. Because we're short of iron. So hopefully this is the magic of this system. Put iron ore in. Makes a lot of noise. It's output 3. That's the way the tripling occurs. Into a crusher. So we put 1 ore in, we got 3 out. Enrichment chamber. And that'll end up here. Nice. So this seems to be working. Now we're also producing hydrogen, which we can output into a gas burning generator. And I guess feed back into the mains here. Probably going to want a buffer tank. In fact, I might want a buffer tank for that as well. The oxygen. I wonder if we can use that oxygen later. Anyhow, put your buffer tank. Just slap the generator down the end here for the moment. Although we'd need gas pipes. I want to see how this works, so we'll put the generator here. It should pump, yeah, pumping hydrogen in. And how do we get mains out, I wonder? Did it have a... oh, like that. So there's no output interface. Not out the top. At the back. It's got to come out here. Okay, well we can just, I hope, rotate that. Is it still receiving hydrogen? No, but then we're out of hydrogen. And the oxygen's full. So we're going to need to structure this so we have a buffer tank. I think Mekanism has gas tanks. Yeah. So osmium and iron dust. Ha ha ha. Let's just process that. Actually, we're going to need 2 of them, aren't we? Well, let's just make 1 for the moment. So we'll put a buffer tank in. Maybe. No, let's just pop it here. Separator in. Yeah, and that's outputting to the gas tank, but we don't know if that's going to output to here automatically. Guess there's only one way to find out, and we want another gas tank actually. This layout doesn't really work because we want to auto input into the purification chamber. So we're burning through the oxygen. It's not replenishing it from there, so we're going to need a gas tank or something. Or we're going to need a gas pipe, I mean. Could pipe it in. But this is working. underneath. Gives us mains. We'll put in a hydrogen tank. So I'm going to build another tank and just rejig this a little bit to make sense, and we'll be back in a sec. Okay, I think this makes sense now. So we're going to have a pump on the back, into the separator, into a buffer oxygen tank, into the crusher. No, not into the crusher. Into the purification chamber. So we're going to put, I've just made some pressurized tubes. Like so. Oop. So this one's now going to take eject to the bottom. Don't know if it needs that input from the left, but we'll see. This one's going to receive from the top and output to the right. This needs to go. Purification, crusher, enrichment. Yep. A bit of extra mains. Into the enrichment chamber. So output that way. Input, and we'll output for now to the top. And we'll just slap that placeholder furnace there. I've got power. I think so. So somehow need to learn how to get gas out of here. I'm going to guess we do that. No. Transporter. Extra. Nope. How to get stuff out of gas tanks. Maybe it can only come out the side. I'm going to be rejigging this again at this rate. See if they connect. Uh-huh. Okay. Let's rotate this gas tank. Like so. And we'll run the gas in the back, I guess. Ah. Oh. Okay. Gas is holding up. We've got a buffer. It's running into the crusher. Should next hop across here. God, that's going to be noisy. To the enrichment, and up. Perfect. What we need, now this is receiving hydrogen. We'll turn it around to eject hydrogen. Like that. So that's going up, so it's receiving hydrogen. This is full. So what I'm going to do is put, I've just snagged the energy cube from behind. Let's pop that there. Sorry, snag the energy cube from our hole. just pipe this back into the mains, I guess. Would you believe it? Oh, that's power. Cable. Okay. Need one more power cable. Got some steel. Yes. This should mean that, I don't know if this is self-sufficient, but we're powering things. Need a infinite water source. And a pump. Seems to be running. That's pumping water. So these should be. Okay, this is stopped. Why is this stopped? Power. Ah. Problem. Okay, gas inside then, I think. That. Okay, let's try to do this up slightly. There we go. That's got oxygen, just needs power. It's going to look a bit messy, isn't it? So that's running. That'll be running in a sec. But we're not outputting that. Oh, there. Because this is a furnace, it can only accept input from the top. That's fine. So we have the very noisy basics system here. It's filling up slowly. I think we might need a sound muffler. But that's cool. We have reliable 3 times ore processing, which is rather pleasing. A bit slow. I believe most of these machines take upgrades. No idea how to make them actually. Okay, somewhere here. Speed upgrade. Well, not too bad. Presume you can use normal dust there. So we could upgrade these machines. Not too bothered at the moment. They are kicking out a reasonable amount. We need to sort out a furnace. Just for old time's sake, I wouldn't mind it being a steam one, but it'd probably be neater just to put a mechanism furnace there. Producing a surplus of oxygen and hydrogen, which could be useful. And we're kicking out some extra power. So this is actually draining. Presumably, since it's running, we're not drawing RF from down here. There we are. Generating 200 RF per tick. I hate to say it, but at some point we're going to have to detach our RF production from steam, since this is probably not a very effective, efficient way of doing it. which is a real shame. Anyhow, we now have some ore processing sorted. It's a bit noisy to do with the muffler. I wonder if they respond to redstone. I quite like the industrial sound sometimes. The hole is paused, but is looking good. Got an awful lot of slick water down there. Should have been recycling it earlier. I'm loath to make any more drums, really. Need a way to avoid that. Or a massive storage system. On which note, I think it is time to wrap up. Thank you.